It's just gonna be what it's gonna have to be. Okay, welcome back everybody to Facetious episode 126, season 3, episode 22. Deuce. Brought to you on Thursday, June 14th, 2018 at approximately 6:09 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm one of your hosts. I am Larry, aka Bluemanrule, and I am right now distracted because I'm trying to get this stinking other extra volume out of here. Okay. I am joined as usual by my main Dammy, Mike, aka Scarfinger, aka Real Talk. What's up, though?
What's up, dog?
Mike might be a little bit upset. I might have triggered him a little bit before the show.
You know what it is. You know what it is. You know what it is right now.
Right now? Y'all see him clapping?
Right
Y'all see him clapping?
Right now.
He ain't about to play no games right now, son. He ain't about to play no games right now, y'all. So
right now.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. All right, Mike. So look, I don't have many topics tonight, y'all. I'm sorry. I literally just walked in from the gym and then I went to the gas station. So I just came in the house. So I have a couple of topics.
Can we talk about why gas is so high, bro? Why is gas so high again? Like yo, bro.
Right.
I mean, okay. So I think we got through the Obama years pretty good, but we about to get Bush era prices again, dog.
Yeah, man, it's about to get real. Like I believe I was listening the other day and they said oil is back up to like $70 a gallon, I think. And I think that's a little high. I think maybe, but I'm gonna take a look here and see what crude prices are at, man. Because it is ridiculous. It's nuts, man. I mean, I don't understand it. Let's see. U.S. oil prices ended 2-week high 3 hours ago. And I don't even know what that number is, but let's see where they at. $66.89 a barrel, and August Brent crude is higher than that. It's $75.94. So if you take the average about that, that's about $70 a barrel. That's mad high.
Yeah, that's stupid high. Like,
right.
Come on, man. Like I thought we put a businessman in the White House. You do some better business.
Bogus. Why are you calling that man out like that, man? Just like,
he's supposed to be the businessman. He's supposed to be able to make these deals. Like that's what they had said, right? That was part of their selling. You know, that was part of their whole process of selling. Dude he was a businessman. I need you to do some better business right now because the Better Business Bureau of my house is not better, huh? It's not satisfied. And I gotta take a trip this weekend, man. I gotta spend my Father's Day. No, I'm going to Baltimore. I gotta spend my Father's Day doing an event for my child so that she can get something out of my Father's Day.
Really? So
really?
Look at that face. Look, man, look. So that's what you got planned for Father's Day. Unfortunately, so here's my thing. So I'm getting my hair cut tomorrow. I'm going out with the wife. We're gonna have a date night. That's one thing. But go out and meet some people from the job. We're gonna have a good time. And so that's all Friday. Right?
I cut mine a few minutes ago, though. Like, I mean, for real, about an hour ago, I cut mine.
And then Saturday morning, I'm gonna get up, go ride my bike, and then we're gonna go see Incredibles 2. Like I got us tickets. We're gonna go check that out. We're gonna go peep that out in the morning. And then
I'm behind on movies, bro. I need to, there's some movies I need to see. Like I ain't seen Deadpool yet. I ain't seen of course The Incredibles, and there's something else that I ain't seen. I ain't seen Solo yet.
Solo, you ain't seen? You know what? I don't know if I want to watch Solo. Like I know a lot of people say no, you should. I don't know, man.
Actually, the only people who are basically talking crap about it are people who are way deep into Star Wars, which I'm not.
Oh, really?
So
right.
Everybody I know who just like watches the movies and just like that's cool. All of them have said, yeah, I was straight. So I figured I'd be straight too. Like I said, I came in on Star Wars late. I did not watch any of the Star Wars movies really as a child. other than like flipping through channels and it was on like regular TV at some point. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I did not watch the Star Wars movies for real, until around the time that episode 1 was getting ready to come out. So then I watched the others so that I could understand what the hype was for episode 1. I mean, of course, episode 1 was a letdown for a lot of people, but for me, I mean, I had just got on the train, so like I was cool. Okay.
Well, I mean, and you know, to each their own. I mean,
no, I still say 3 is the best one so far. Period. Don't fight me on this. 3, episode 3.
I don't know about that one, bro.
Episode 3, because it had that action, boss. Like it's like for real. 3 had that action, boss. Okay.
I mean, you say so, bro. Like that's all I'm gonna say. You say so.
I don't care about the you know, the problems with the dialogue and all of this other stuff that's supposed to connect it to the extended Star Wars, blah blah blah, whatever. I don't care. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of that. Because like I said, I just got on the train. So like that, look, you know, if the train is hot, like say you got your train, like it's hot outside, which it is. It's hot outside, and you just came from work, and you just got on the train, and it's hot on the train.
Okay,
you're not gonna feel the same way that everybody who's been on the train for an hour felt when you first get in. True. So y'all had time to feel some sort of way about it. Nah, I was cool. Like, you know, the pod racing was cool. Like, I mean, it was a big chunk of the movie, but the pod racing was cool. You know what I mean? The actual war of the Clone Wars was actually pretty decent. And, you know, episode 3 had that action, boss.
I did it though. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Boss. I'm sorry. So if you a Star Wars fan, I understand why you would feel differently than me. But I'm about that action, boss.
Okay, all right. you clearly feel strongly about it. I mean, I understand. But so before we move further, man, I wanna send prayers and condolences, man. A guy in basically our network, man. In Perform Radio Network. His name is Syd Bolton. You know, he did the Lost Treasures of Gaming for OMG Hour and stuff. And man, he passed away this week, dog. Damn. He passed away. And I saw my boy Sean Evans Zion. He was out there, man, and he was just, you know, so heartbroken because him and Syd so close, man. And I'm really gonna miss his voice.
Did that happen during around the E3 stuff?
Yeah, it happened. It happened a few days ago.
I did see him post something because I hadn't been on. I generally don't go into the Twitter sphere. Like if I'm on Twitter, I usually use Twitter. I just stay in my mentions. I'll send something, but I'll send it from my mention screen. Like I don't really like brave there. I also like recently, like today, honestly, just saw that that the homie Meef lost his grandfather, and I'm like, bruh,
yeah, I just noticed that this morning on the way to work.
I didn't even see that, and then I looked at the tweet, and it said it was on the 11th, and I'm like, bruh, I didn't even see that. I had no idea. You know, so you know, condolences to Syd's family and friends. Condolences to Meef and his family for having to go through all of this. Man, it's really real out here. And you know, condolences to the families who lost the rich people that took their own lives, because like I know how it feels to feel like you want to. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like, we went through a section on the last Dream Team. And you know, like Rashani is all about taking care of your mentals, and you know, and I kind of ruined the experience when they were here by singing. But I thought I was enhancing. I was singing "You Are Not Alone," not alone, not alone, alone. You are not alone.
The country. I mean, let's just call it what it is.
Yeah.
We know.
But like we had another conversation after those people died. Like Rashani felt something. and he wanted to talk about his own struggles, and like one time when he was really struggling, and he didn't have anybody to call, and it was before he was my internet bestie. He randomly he decided to call me because the person that he was trying to talk to didn't answer. It made me cry a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie, like for real. I said it during the show, and the conversation veered. Now I will say, if anybody's gonna go listen to that episode, the first part of the episode is all about the grossest sexual positions and the grossest things you could do sexually. So yeah, you gotta get through that part first.
Right.
If you're trying to get to the
right hashtag disclaimer.
Yeah, that's a disclaimer, but it became a real serious discussion about his struggles, and I added a little bit with mine. Jay added some of his. We talked about going to see a therapist. If we really went there. So there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people hurting right now. Now, for the two people who recently committed suicide, like I didn't really know either of them that well, so I couldn't like really speak on it. Like I knew who Anthony Bourdain was, but I never really seen any of his stuff, and I had no idea who the designer was. I mean, just like I'm not a designer kind of dude.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if I buy some designer, I bought it from Burlington. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like I'm not really about that life. But like it's sad to see people like, because broke people like me, like we feel like if we had millions and possibly close to billions of dollars, that it would make our lives better. And to be honest, like these two very rich people decided that money was not enough.
Right. And
I don't know what their belief system is. So like the first person that says they needed Jesus or something like that, like bro, I don't know what their stuff is. So I can't really speak on whether they knew God or not. But we all know that committing suicide is bad, and it's worse. It's worse for the people who you leave behind. So
Kate Spade is the lady you were talking about.
Yeah, Kate Spade. Yeah, I don't know Kate Spade. I don't know her work. I don't know anything about her, other than like apparently she had some dough and she decided to end her life. So like get help. Call your mans in them. Find your mans in them that will actually listen to you and not try to fix you. Just will actually at the very least someone who will actually hear you. And if that's not working, then a therapist is great. And I say this on the Dream Team, a therapist is great because they're not connected to your nouns. Someone who is not connected to your nouns is like was so beneficial to me.
Well, Val, I mean, elucidate that, like elaborate on that slightly so people know what you're talking. I know what you mean. Like they're not too many of your peoples.
What's the definition of a noun?
Person, place, or thing, right?
Right. So like you find someone who is not that connected to your person, your people, your places, and your things that are closest to you, so that you get an outsider's perspective on it. Like my therapist is an older white lady. And so like, having somebody outside of my sphere. Yes, I said it right the first time. Having somebody outside of that could give me some input and help me see it in a different way. Because someone close to me is going to have their own feelings about my nouns. You know what I mean? I see
what you're saying, because they're in that, right? So
they're in the sphere. Said it again. Bam. So having that was like extremely helpful in my journey. And get help however you can. Call your mans in them. There's hotlines and all kinds of stuff. And if worse come to worse, like if it comes really, really bad, really, really bad, call Rashani.
So bogus. With sincerity, you see how much sincerity he said. Oh,
Rashani is that dude. Like he will. I mean, Rashani is that dude. Like when I was going through it, I had a few people that I could really call and really talk to, and Rashani was one of those people. So like I know that there is nobody on earth that will feel as deeply to try to combat what's harming you and will listen to you and will help you through it and will not step in the way of it and say, okay, so this is what you need to do, which is what a good therapist does. But like what Rashani will, what he did for me, he can do for you. Call Rashani. I'm gonna put his phone number up.
All right. Okay, cool.
No, for real. I'm gonna put his phone number up. Like, let's do this. Let's do this.
All right. Bogus, man. You bogus.
Like, why are these random people calling me?
Right. All right. So, Mike, let's get into it, man.
I'll be nice and I'll at least give him the Google Voice number.
There you go. That's what I was gonna say. Give him the show number. But Mike, you know, we did. If you guys were missing out, Mike and I did we did 2 conferences at E3. We did Microsoft. We talked over the Microsoft conference, and we also commentated over Sony. But before Sony started, we also talked about Square and Ubisoft. So, and if you haven't listened to it, if you haven't seen it, if you're out here on YouTube and you don't listen to the audio feeds anywhere, I recommend you go listen to the audio feeds because I'm not going to put them up on YouTube, only because last year I got hit with like Sony, like a warning or whatever, saying I was using their protected material. It can't be protected if you broadcasted it out, son. But so anyway, but if you want to hear that, if you want to hear both of those shows, they're about an hour 15, hour 20 a piece. Go out there and pull them down from anywhere you listen to podcasts. So go out there and do that. And but Mike, man, let's talk. Let's bring it to these people, man, and talk a little bit about what we talked about. You know, we looked at EA, and you know, I actually have my my notes up over here. We looked at EA, man, and can I say Anthem was the only thing that was interesting?
Okay, so they had another thing that always catches my eye, but I'm never gonna play it.
Battlefield.
Unraveled. Like it will always catch my eye. Even though the level that they showed was not very interesting, like, you know, using a second player and running from a bird that's trying to get them, that wasn't that interesting, but that game always looks great. It usually shows great. And was that the same dude who got like really nervous the first time?
Yeah, that was the same dude who cried the first time.
I thought he cried. I couldn't remember. I was like, did he cry last time?
Yeah, he teared up at the end of the last one too. Like if you look at the last 2 citizens.
Oh, for real?
For real. He teared up one more again.
That was cool. I was really kind of like, all right. I think EA. The problem with EA is what I give Ubisoft a lot of credit for. Ubisoft has diverse brands, and even though there are a couple of games that they just put out different iterations over and over and over again, but they always appear differently. Like, you know, like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, it's gonna be another Assassin's Creed game. Like, we know it's gonna be another Assassin's Creed game, but but it doesn't feel like how Battlefield feels. Like how Battlefield always feels like the last one, with the exception when they went to Battlefield 1, it just felt like Battlefield, but just with old stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like it just but like, you know, Anthem. Okay, so I was in the Twitter sphere when they were talking about Anthem, and they were putting up the and they put the developers on stage to talk about their game and all that kind of stuff. And I'm cool with it. But at the time, I felt like everybody else and was like, where's the gameplay? Where's the gameplay? Where's the gameplay? And then they showed the gameplay, and then the goalpost got moved again, and it was like, well, all these jump cuts, like we don't still have a good idea what the game is about. And I'm like, bruh, it's Destiny in Iron Man suits. Like, what's there not to like about this? Like, that's what
it would look like to me.
Yeah, if you made Destiny with Iron Man suits, this is what it's gonna look like. And if
with
that's
different classes,
yeah. What I mean, you know, they got 4. Destiny has 3. Like, it's not that different. And so like I'm like, all right, cool. Like I'm in. Like, I liked Destiny, I like the Division. If they create something like that, but with Iron Man suits, I guess I can be down for this too. As and we all know, like for all of these games, Destiny, both of the Destinies, Division, and probably for this too, like they all have rough first years.
Yeah.
So I'm willing. At the very least, I'm willing to jump in, and I'm willing to give them a year, to make the changes that they need to make, because I don't understand. Like the people that were saying this and was just like Anthem didn't show that well, and I was like, what did you see? Like, did you see something else? Like it showed like Destiny and Division.
But I think exactly for that. People weren't expecting to see a Destiny Division out of a BioWare made game, right?
But we already knew this though. Like, what did we not know? What did we not know?
Poor expectations.
From the if you set the expectation that this wasn't going to be a Destiny like game, then you fooled yourself. You didn't fool the rest of us. You fooled yourself. So I was not very interested in the sports games, even though these days I would rather be live over 2K, even though I'm playing neither at this point. It's just like, EA just doesn't have a lot. And like for you to be like the big dog, like I need you to have a little bit more. I need you to do a little bit more than just having a handful of games and then your sports games. Like I need you to, y'all have absorbed and eventually absolved a lot of different publishers that were doing different things and stuff like that. And you know what? I'm sorry if y'all think that single player is dead, but like I need y'all to make some single player games too. I need y'all to make something.
Yeah.
I need y'all to
some beef, man. Give me some beef.
Yeah,
stop hitting me with this quinoa and this tofurkey. I need some beef.
It was like, you know what? EA is a kale sandwich. It's just a sandwich with kale and some mayonnaise. Like it's like, why would you give me this? Like, why would you give me this? Like, like I didn't ask for the double seaweed deluxe. No, that's an actual video. There's this guy who makes videos of him being like a black dude that works in the place that SpongeBob works.
Oh, okay.
And he works in the Krusty Krab, and he did a video where he was talking about an annoying customer, and then they turned that into a song. It's called Double Seaweed Deluxe. It jams in the car though. It does.
It jams in the car, does it really?
Yep, because it's on Google Music. You can find it on Google Music. You can probably find it on Spotify or whatever. But that's on jam.
For sure, man. For sure. Let's see what else did EA really have, man. I'm not really sure.
I don't care.
I don't think they have much, man. I mean, we can move on past EA because there's a lot to talk about still.
You have to. Like, what is there?
It's a valid point. Okay, so Microsoft was up next, and let's talk about Microsoft. I have my notes here. Let me get them pulled up. So kicked off the show. So when they started, Phil said they're going to show 50 games, 18 exclusives, and 15 world premieres. Okay. Now this was Sunday at 1 p.m. Central Time. So Halo Infinite kicked it off. New slip space engine. Yeah. So Will put in the chat his favorite thing from E3 was probably Kingdom Hearts 3, which was actually shown at the Microsoft press conference, and the Division 2 a close second, and those were both shown at Microsoft. But Halo Infinite looked really good. They said that it is a true continuation.
They ain't shown nothing. Don't try to say that it looked good.
The engine looked good. I mean, it was technically a tech demo. It's basically all it was.
Nothing.
Yeah, so there was no appeal for the actual game. Mike is right, but the tech engine display looked really good. I'm gonna say that and leave it there. It looked really good, and then they came out with Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and you guys know I'm an Ori fan. I've been waiting on it, and it looked really good. So I was excited about that. Then Sekiro Shadows.
Knox named the kid after Ori. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he did. Let's call it what it is. But Sekiro Shadows Die Twice looks a lot like Neo, but it's gonna be releasing on all platforms: PC, PS4, and Xbox One. It looked really good. And one thing that came out, Todd Howard from Bethesda came out and said Fallout 4 is on Game Pass starting on Sunday. Game Pass.
Real. That was real.
Yeah. And
I thought that was a big deal, even though we don't play the game. I thought that was a big deal.
Right. And so it looks like Microsoft is getting people to buy into that Game Pass deal. So third parties, big third parties too. So the Adventures of Captain Spirit was shown here. Life is Strange Universe, that was actually really highlighted in Square. I'll talk about it here. It's free. It's going to be a free download, period. So that's it. Moving on. Crackdown 3.
You said what was that?
The Adventures of Captain Spirit. Spirit.
Apparently, I found out later that the Adventures of Captain Spirit, what you do there will impact the next game, the next full game.
Which would be Life is Strange, I think. Which would be another Life is Strange, because it's in that same universe. Crackdown 3 was, as the rumors hinted at, delayed into 2019, February 22nd. They said February 2019, but I've seen other things that said February 22nd.
Even if it wasn't delayed, it's still like Crackdown is a niche title, and even though it would have been great for the profile, and we all feel like they need more games. If it's not ready, don't release it. Don't State of Decay this thing.
Right. Please don't. And so that's February 2019. Nier Automata, which was a PS4 exclusive for like a year, is going to be releasing this month, June 26th, on the Xbox One. Metro Exodus releases on the 23rd of February 2019. That, I'm telling you, this is going to be a packed week in February. Kingdom Hearts 3 releases.
Somebody going to end up moving because they're not all coming out this week. Like, that's not going to happen.
No. Kingdom Hearts 3 releases January 29th, 2019. This is all from Microsoft conference, y'all. Sea of Thieves, they're going to have 2 expansions, one called Curse Sales in July, next month, and another one called Forsaken Shores in September. Battlefront 2 is going to have some DLC with Wookiees. So, right, or the Ewoks, yeah. So, yeah.
It's gonna be good. Wookiees, so I get the Wookiees.
No, you were right, yeah. And then Forza Horizon 4. Going to be running at 60 frames a second. I'm pretty sure that's only going to be on the One X though. But that releases October 2nd, 2018.
And okay, here's the thing.
Yeah,
I don't need light Forza like that. Let's be honest. But because it's coming to Game Pass, I'm gonna be right there.
Yeah, it's coming to Game Pass, y'all. Day 1. So if you got Game Pass.
Yeah, you got Game Pass. You right. And I went on and bought that the Game Pass for 6 months, John.
I did too. I need actually to go into my email and redeem it via Best Buy, and then I'll have it.
I did mine on Amazon. It was on sale $30.
I know. I missed it. I'd already bought it on Best Buy prior, so sucked. But I gotta go get it and do it that way. Now Microsoft, people was talking about they don't make no games because I ain't got no studios. Well, they tried to fix that. They bought 5 studios. 5. They started 1,
2, 3, 4,
5th. The Initiative is out in Santa Monica, and they called it like their quadruple A. Like that's gonna be their big.
I love the fact that they didn't name the location for any of these other places. Right. They wanted to make sure that they said we got something in Santa Monica just so they can post stuff on your boards.
Look at Sony at the corner, give them problems every time.
So like we serve Sony, you know what I'm saying? Y'all think I got Santa Monica on lock? Out here.
So man, those employees might end up getting restraining orders. And then they bought 4 others, Undead Labs.
No. Sony's employees gonna have to get restraining orders because they're gonna be snooping. It's gonna be like somebody gonna get like a high-powered telescope or something. Be like, what's on his screen? Like, can you read that code, Fred? Like, it's gonna be that. It's gonna be that.
Where Philip at?
Where Philip at? Philip went to the bathroom. Like, Philip in the Mojave. While Philip in the Mojave, can you read the code off his computer? Like that's what things gonna
Philip, we told you to lock your screen, Philip.
Yeah, they can put I don't know where they're gonna be located, but Sony better move them to the largest building and in Santa Monica and put a Hubble on top of that joint. Like we gonna see Philip's crumbs from them kind bars he be eating. Like we need to see it all.
Man,
they better get some tinted windows, like for real,
dog, for real. Yes, sir. And then they also bought Undead Labs, Playground Games, for the people who make the Horizon series, Ninja Theory. That just greatness right there. They picked up one of my favorite developers, and I'm glad because Ninja Theory has worked and worked and worked, and they deserve that backing, bro. They do. They always push limits. They have some of the best facial animations in the game, bruh. They are greatness, and their combat is always cool. Compulsion.
I always get Ninja Theory and Team Ninja confused because it's a bunch of ninjas. You know what I'm saying?
Right, a bunch of ninjas.
I said ninjas, but
but they literally do call all their employees ninjas. They do.
Word.
They do. They do. Yes, sir. And then Compulsion. So the people who make contracts.
Look, I'm guessing ain't no black people work there.
No, absolutely not. They are a UK studio. Yeah. Yeah. Fill up. Look, I'm gonna need you. Fall back a little bit. But yeah, so the people who made Contrast a few years back and also making We Happy Few, Compulsion, they were also purchased by Microsoft. So they bought 5 studios. Now We Happy Few is going to be coming out on the 10th of August of this year.
I did not hate Contrast.
I didn't either. I liked it. I actually owned it on 2, maybe even 3 consoles or 3 different platforms. I like that game. PUBG has a new map. I don't care about that because I don't play PUBG. Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition, one of the best RPGs, Japanese RPGs from last generation, is going to be remade, and it's going to have all the bonus deals, all the bonus characters, all the bonus content,
all the chitlins, all the hog maws,
everything. And then Shadow of the Tomb Raider is going to release on 14 September 2018. And dog, they in this thing now. Simpson asked, when y'all gonna talk about this, bruh? In this Microsoft press conference, they revealed Devil May Cry 5. It has been in development for 4 years, and I'm excited. It picks up right after 4.
You had to go back though.
What do you mean?
Didn't your computer start messing up and doing Devil May Cry?
Yeah, I had to go back. So what Mike is referring to, in the middle of them revealing Devil May Cry, my stream stopped. All the streams stopped, and I was madder than a mofo because I couldn't really see anything. And the same thing happened to Mike when Microsoft revealed the Division 2 in their press conference. It went down right as it started, and so Mike couldn't pull up any streams. So the 2 things we both wanted to see the most got blacked out, basically. So Cuphead has more DLC coming. You can play as Chalice Girl, and Microsoft has an exclusive game called Tunic. Looks like
weirdly Cuphead was doing his hands like this.
Man, it was weird.
It felt a little bit weird in the Me Too
suggestive.
era. Yeah. I mean, it was down below his waist, but his hands was doing like this, and I felt a little uncomfortable.
Right. Yeah, I did too. Final thing that really hyped me up though for Microsoft was Jump Force by Bandai Namco. So it includes all the best characters from Shonen Jump in Japan. So Naruto, One Piece, Dragon Ball Z, and at the very, very end, they had my Shinigami from Death Note in there. And it's a fighting game and it's 3D. And I actually posted some pictures in the chat. I posted a video in the chat. It's legit. And then they revealed Dying Light 2. So that was all Microsoft. Microsoft had a really strong conference, even though a lot of it wasn't exclusive. They showed a lot of good things to be excited about. And all new Battletoads as well. New Gears 5, Gears Tactics, and Gears Pop, which is Funko Pop game. And then they talked about the future of play.
They showed the mobile game, and then they showed Gears 5. Did they show the other one at the show?
A little, maybe. No, I don't think they showed it at the show. I know they talked about it.
I know someone said that they were going to do a game like Halo Wars.
Yeah, pretty much. And I said that, and that's what they had said because I read that somewhere. So I'm excited about that. But Phil did confirm the next box is in development, and they're working on a streaming network so people can play on their phone. Son, let's go. And then they ended off the conference with like the thing of the show for me, which is Cyberpunk 2077. I've been waiting on that.
That was a good get.
Yeah,
that was a good get. But here's okay. So here's my final thing on Microsoft.
Yeah.
They announced a whole lot of stuff. And they probably had the second best press conference that I saw. And some people say they're first or second as far as just the press conferences go. Okay. All right. But I ain't see nan thing that was like earth-shattering. I ain't see nothing that like Halo might have been if they showed anything, but they didn't really. I ain't see nothing that if I'm a Microsoft only person, which I'm not, that I can grab my nuts about.
Right. I mean, I can see where you would say that because some of the things that hype me up don't appeal to you, like Jump Force, and then in Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice.
But is Jump Force exclusive?
No, it's not.
Because I mean, the people who grab nuts are the ones that grab their nuts about exclusives, and maybe that's why I didn't grab my nuts, because like I don't care about exclusives at this point.
I mean, I don't either. But thankfully, we're in a position where we're blessed. We ain't got to worry about it, right? Yeah, so
I'm blessed. When I grab my nuts, I realize how blessed I really am.
Oh man, just took it completely different direction.
Blessed.
What do you want to say? We talked about Square already. It was narrated by Commander Anderson from Mass Effect. That's what y'all need to know. What was his name, David? What is it? What's his name? I can't remember. But anyway, there were 3 games there that really caught my eye. Really 2. I'm just gonna say, well, Shadow of the Tomb Raider was 1. Platinum Games revealed one that's PS4 and Steam only, called Babylon's Fall. Legit. Looks really stinking good. And then The Quiet Man, which is also PS4 and Steam only. It's this quiet dude in there putting in work on these cats. Like, just putting in work. So it's amazing. I recommend you all check that out. That aired Monday at noon Eastern Central Time. And then Ubisoft went. They showed a lot of Beyond Good and Evil. They talked a lot about it. Expansions for Rainbow Six Siege, new trials. Oh man, there were some cringeworthy moments in that Ubisoft press conference. I am not lying to you. Cringeworthy. Go and watch it.
Keith David is who you were trying to talk
Keith
about.
David. Yeah, I knew I said David, but it was his last name, Keith David. But yeah, he narrated all of Square Enix's conference. And then this new game called Transference comes out fall of 2018 from Ubi. And then Starlink Battle for Atlas. Looks like it's a flight game, but they actually got with Nintendo, and they're gonna have Fox McCloud in there. So that's pretty cool.
And I was like, that's why you make it straight between you and Nintendo. Yeah. But I mean, he's only available on the Nintendo platforms, but yeah. it's still pretty cool. Like I don't care much about the game, but like getting that, and then the Mario and Sonic. Like when they branch out and do Mario and Sonic or Mario and Rabbids and all that other stuff, like I think they should do more of that. But
I understand, man. So I liked it. And then Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which will take place during the Grecian rise and fall. So with Leonidas and just after him, and that will release October 5th, 2018. You can play as the male or female son of Leonidas. And
I would have liked if they did the same thing and they waited 2 years.
I would have too, but they claim that this game has been in development for 3 years. They claim. So, if that's the case,
don't oversaturate. Like, I mean, there's been pretty much acclaim across the board with the last Assassin's Creed because they took some time off and they wanted to get it right. Like, we get it. Yeah, I think you got it right. But like the more and more games that you stack on top of this without taking a break, the more people are going to feel like, yeah, you got it right this one time, but everything after, maybe not. So.
Right. No, I agree, man. I mean, that's the one complaint that I've held is that, AC Origins was really, really good, but it was good because you took a year off. That's why it was good. And so this one being in development for 3 years, maybe they had that time, right? So I'm looking forward to it. We'll see what it's about. Maybe I'll get it. Maybe I won't. Because honestly, man, some of the stuff that I'm really excited about was in Sony's press conference on Monday night at 8:00 Central. Sony kicked it off in a barn, in a church, in a tent revival meeting church.
With my man banjo.
Kicked it off with the banjo, son. Scar was like, "Are we in the Wolf Lodge?"
It was in the Wolf Lodge. It looked like the setting for a wedding reception.
Right, it did.
Because Fred and them know the dude who owns the country club, so we can get this room, but we can't get the good room. We can't get the ballroom. We can get this other room that they got that is a multi-purpose room type deal.
Right. And so it kicked off, and I think there were technical difficulties because they played a lot of The Last of Us 2, and it was going back and forth between two different timelines, and it has been confirmed it's going to take place over two different timelines, like pre-outbreak, post-outbreak. You know what I mean? So that's been confirmed from Druckmann and the other cats at Naughty Dog on a Game Slice video, which if you guys want to see that, I could try my best to put it in here. But
people are feeling some kind of way to find out she gay, but like some people say if you played the DLC, you already know that.
Left Behind.
Something like that. And then there's some people got pissed off about there being women in Battlefield. And
yes,
EA was just like, okay, you don't like it, don't play it.
They told them basically, if you don't like it, suck it up. That is summarily what they said, man. So I'm not mad at them at all. But
I say EA after what happened with Battlefront 2, was it Battlefront 2 or 3?
Which one?
The most recent Battlefront.
One was the most recent one.
Not Battlefield, Battlefront.
Battlefront 2. Battlefront 2. And the DLC you're talking about? Yeah.
I think EA at this point has had way too much of your shit when it comes to this. So they're just like, you don't like it? Don't play it. We good. And they just gonna make that game. Yeah, we could. Like, don't even worry about it. You ain't even got to play it because we know what happens. We know what happens when y'all get in y'all panties about something. You know what? Get in your panties early, and we ain't got to deal with y'all later.
Bogus, man. Yeah, I mean, that's basically what it boiled down to, though. Last of Us 2, Wolf Lies, looks like they had technical difficulties at the end. We were talking about on the show, man, bro. They just didn't, like, people weren't applauding or anything. Like, and I thought the trailer was pretty impressive, but it seemed as if it just didn't hit home with people.
As soon as that trailer was over, I think people were just kind of sitting around like, oh, that's it. Like, we don't know if the people that were sitting there actually got what we got. Like, did we just see it and they didn't, or like we don't know what happened there? And like there was a lot of stuff like that. Like, there wasn't a whole lot of applause for Sony in general, but that place specifically where we expected it, it wasn't there.
No, absolutely not, man. And then what happened at the end of everything was that they actually moved people to the final venue. So everyone who was there in that tent for Sony's event had to get up and be relocated. And what they did, which is, I don't like it, they gave us an intermission on the stream. And in the intermission on the stream, they started talking about a lot of different things, things they looked at New Game Plus on God of War. That's what's going to happen. It's coming. But then they also looked at some of the games they had showed because Sony had showed a game a day leading up to E3 for about a week. And so they talked about all of those games that they showed, and they showed them all again. And so they went through that. And after that, man, my game, pretty much like probably one of my games of stinking E3, definitely of the Sony conference, man, was Ghost of Tsushima.
Bruh.
Man, they sit up there and play that, and son, that game is a samurai looking game. Looks like Neo. Scar kept calling it a Bushido blade, but it reminds you a lot.
Because it was a Bushido blade, it ain't had no hood. It didn't have no, it was just them.
Right. It was just them banging.
And the effects, the particle effects, and everything that was going on around them was just absolutely dope.
That's nuts.
It looked fantastic. Like, is that how it's gonna look when we get it? But
we don't know.
But if it's close, and as long as it has those particle effects and the leaves and the wind and all of that stuff, as long as it has all of that, even if they drop it down to God of War level, I think it will be that will be a hit. Even just for the showcase of this is what our thing can do. Because God of War looks great on, and I got an OG. I got an OG PS4. I do not have a Pro, and God of War looks phenomenal. And it probably looks better if you have a Pro. But like, so if they can get close, that's going to be impressive, even if it's just technically impressive.
Yeah, I mean, it looked great. It looked great. I mean, so I'm looking forward to it to see how it's really going to turn out, because that was impressive, dude. That was impressive. Now, that was made by Sucker Punch. Yeah.
I don't remember. Did this show Days Gone?
They did not.
They showed it before the show, but I don't
They
remember
did. It
seeing
was
it.
one of the games that they showed on the lead up to. It was one of those days gone. I'm gonna put that on here. So in the intermission, they went back over it. They reviewed it because they had showed it in one of the days leading up to. And so somebody jumped in the chat, and I can't see who it is. Oh, what up, dog? It's Angry Podcast. Anthony Alex. What's up, homie? What's going on with you, dog? What's going down?
What one he in? He in YouTube.
It's okay. I either have Twitch or it's either Twitch or Mixer. I can't tell which one it is, but it just says Angry Podcast. It looks like it's Mixer. So what's up, homie? What's going down with you, man? We chilling, B. Yeah, man, we're just talking about the games and stuff that we saw, man. So Ghost of Tsushima is made by Sucker Punch. You know, they did Infamous and stuff. So that's a heck of a game. And then Control came up, and it looked like Quantum Break for a very good reason.
Everybody was saying this looks like Quantum. This looks like a Quantum Break ass game, and then turns out the same people who made Quantum Break. Oh, Quantum Break ass niggas! Like I don't know how you gonna make a game that's like your other game, but then you gonna make it for everybody. Like I'm gonna need you. If you gonna make a game for Microsoft, then your other game shouldn't be like the one you made for Microsoft. Sunset Overdrive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It should be different. If you're gonna make one for one platform, then it should be for that platform. And then whatever else you make, do something else. This don't look like it was that much else.
Yeah. No, it did, man. And I mean, Remedy is a developer. I was like, that reminds me a lot of Quantum Break. And then at the end of the trailer, I was like, oh, that's why, because it's Remedy, bro. Like that is who it is. And so I'm gonna be honest, man. I was disappointed in Quantum Break. I'm not even gonna lie. I was disappointed in Quantum Break.
I didn't bother.
There's
is it in Game Pass? Like if it's not in Game Pass, I ain't.
You ain't even doing it. Yeah, man. I was disappointed in it. I really was.
I knew not to get it because it cost because of the TV show. It was gonna be too much space, and I ain't had enough space.
Yeah, man. The episodes are 25 gigs themselves, like just the show. So yeah, I can't do it. And there was no date on that. There was no good date on the Ghosts. God of War, the new game plus will be coming soon, which hopefully that'll be this summer.
Well, Sony don't really do a whole lot of release.
They don't do a lot of dating, bro. They don't do a lot of dating. No, and I think Last of Us 2, they said 2019, maybe February. I think it is February. We'll see. But that was 2019. And then Resident Evil 2 remake or remastered. That looked good, man. And that is dated January 25th of 2019. And then Trover said,
I'm not even a fan.
You're not even a fan? But it did look good though, right?
Mm-hmm. I played the first Resident Evil. I emptied a clip in a zombie and it got back up. I was like, done.
Yep, that's it. They're like, no, I'm good.
I want what I shoot to fall and stay down.
Right. That's why you got the headshots, B. So the next game they showed looked terrible. We were clowning on the stream. It was Trover Saves the Universe. Man, we clowned that game.
Man, if you care about the people who made it or people who wrote it or whatever, maybe. But
maybe, boy, no, not for you, boy. Not for you.
It was an instant no. Like it's a no for me, though. Like
yeah. So the next thing that we discussed that we found out was Kingdom Hearts 3 was shown, and then what I didn't know, and I still missed it. I need to look at the trailer again, but there's a Kingdom Hearts remix collection that compiles all the Kingdom Hearts games up until 3, and it's only coming out on PS4.
Yeah, if you care about Kingdom Hearts, you probably already have a PS4 anyway, so you ain't gonna feel no way about it. So
right, and then the thing that stumped us all to no regard was Death Stranding. Like that, Scar was like, "What am I watching right now?" That face,
fam. We need to talk about Death Stranding. we really need to talk about Death Stranding. I never have any idea what I'm watching. I have a PlayStation, and like when cool PlayStation stuff comes out, I'm always down for it. I don't play a whole lot of games these days, but I refuse.
Nay.
I say nay, sir. When it comes to Death Stranding, because I have no idea what this is about. I have no idea where the game is. I The only thing we saw was walking, and I'm like, okay, like I get it, like there's walking, but like if that's the only thing that you're showing me gameplay wise, that's not a cutscene. I'm gonna need you to like. I'm not a Kojima guy. Like I play Metal Gear Solid, and that's the only one that I've played to completion.
Yeah.
And so I'm not a Kojima guy. I think that he just gets high and comes up with this stuff because it very much seems like the star of this video game has no idea what he's doing either. Whenever there's an interview or anything like that, he has no idea what's going on either. And if he doesn't know,
right.
If he doesn't know, how in the world am I supposed to know what I'm supposed to pay for? Like they're paying him to be there, and he has no idea what he's doing. So if he doesn't know what he's doing, how do you expect me to know what you're doing? And how do you expect me to put money down on this? Y'all ain't even got a Game Pass.
They do have PS Now though, which is way more expensive than Game Pass.
I have PS Now, but like even Hip Hop Gamer talk crap about the PS Now, like
being overpriced.
Yeah. So like I think Sony's what they showed some good things. Their press conference was a disaster. Like, let's be honest. If we gonna rank them all, and even if I just rank the ones that I saw, like they are slightly above EA, as far as the press conference itself goes. Like they had cool games, but the press conference itself was an absolute disaster, and it reeks. I mean, it reeks of we winning. We ain't got to try that hard. Like we gonna put, you know what we gonna do? We don't even care so much. We gonna put people in a barn. Right? We're gonna put people in a barn, start the press conference off with my mans in them that's playing a banjo. And then we gonna move everybody to the actual main auditorium. And before they actually get in, we gonna have a man playing a pan flute, and he ain't even gonna play Mask Off. He was in the perfect place. He was in a perfect place to play Mask Off, and he ain't even play Mask Off. We just, you know what I mean? And not only did we make the dude with the pan flute play music that wasn't Mask Off, you got a white dude playing the pan flute for a Japanese game. We just don't care. We ain't gotta care. We ain't gotta care. We winning so much. Like they might as well had them those little money guns like LeVar Ball has in that the video that Lonzo just came out with. He just came out with a music video. But like LeVar Ball has those little like money guns. It's a little thing and it just shoots out money.
Wow.
Like they might look. All they had to do was do an hour of somebody just walking back and forth across the stage with the damn money guns. It would have been better than what they actually put together, because putting this together was an absolute disaster. And when you keep having to cut to the booth,
they had 2 intermissions, bro, and I'm like, dude, this is not. We're not at halftime. We don't need a quarterly summary of whether or not Steph Curry heated up.
We needed to go. We need to feel the flow of what you're putting down. Microsoft had a flow. Even EA had a flow, with the exception of my man in them loud pants coming out like
Juju Schuster-Smith. Boy, somebody's not a friend.
No, you know what? I've seen dudes wear those pants and stuff like that. I'm not saying he should have wore those today.
Okay, that's valid. That might be the episode art cover.
Yeah, it might look maybe not today. But like but yeah, I think Sony's thing was a disaster, and the only reason why they rank better than EA is because they had more important things to show than EA, and they had stuff that I actually would possibly care about, like Ghost. That would make me care about the game more. Like the game in the barn. I can't even think of the name right now. The Last of Us. Last of Us in the barn. It didn't show well, and like people didn't seem very enthused because they probably had the technical issues that we spoke about earlier. But like the press conference was a disaster. And please, either don't do it again. Either don't do it again or keep your press conference small so that you can keep everybody in the barn.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, to me, I wasn't there in person. I don't think I'll ever hit an E3 in person. But I probably would have been frustrated if I thought this is where I was going to be, and then I had to shift. But when they shifted, that screen that that Sony had at that theater was ridiculous. It was massive.
Is that you know what that screen said to me?
What?
We make TVs, dog. Like that's what it said to me.
Right, exactly. I mean, it was nuts, dude.
Because both of the major press conferences that I watch, Microsoft makes computer stuff, and they make Xboxes, so they had a ton of them on stage. Sony makes TVs. They had a big ass curved TV. So like we do what we do, but like Sony was like, we do what we do, even though we don't have to.
Right. Now, a few more games. I'm just gonna name Neo 2 was because we thought Ghost of Tsushima was Neo 2 for a minute, but no, Neo 2 was actually legitimately announced. And then Marvel, they ended the show with Marvel Spider-Man PS4. Before we talk to that, I'll just say that they introduced a game called Daracene. It was PSVR. We were like, what is this? Is this VR? And I was like, that's VR. And Ace was like, yep, it probably would have had to be. But yeah, they had Marvel Spider-Man PS4. And then after the show, they went right into it and had more gameplay of Marvel's Spider-Man on PS4. And Scar was locked.
I really liked it. I really liked the gameplay of it.
Yeah.
And it looked really nice. It ran nice.
Agreed.
The fighting seemed really cool, and some of the things that he was doing, like knock a guy up in the air, just hit him with the hit him with the webs and all that. That looked really cool. I'm still not sold on actually purchasing the game. Like it's one of those things that I'll wait till you buy it, or I'll send you some money and we get it since we game share. Like it's not something that I'm gonna spend $60 on. But if,
I don't see that
30.
Right.
But I'm gonna say with the VR thing, I almost got upset. I
almost lost it, y'all.
No, see, I almost got upset because I'm like, for a company with a VR machine, a company that made a new console so it can accommodate the VR.
Right.
They showed remarkably little from VR. Then I remembered the Vita and I sat back down.
Right. Well, also to that point, I ended up watching a lot of their post-stream conference or post-conference stream, and man, it was a ton of VR. I think they showed 8 to 10 VR games in a row. So they got it out there. It just wasn't out there on the main stage, which I think is good because when you put on the main stage,
people was moving. Instead of showing me the desk show me some VR, something to fill that time. Other than the people at the desk, I don't really care to hear from the people at the desk. It's like watching a football game and then you go to the booth for an extended period of time. I get that you got to cut away from the booth during a football game when somebody is injured because you don't really want everybody to see how bad their injury was. But like that was not the case here. You just cut to the booth because somebody messed something up, and that should never happen.
Right. And the problem is we wouldn't have known the worst alternative, right? We only would have seen one option. This year, we happen to see the booth. Next year, we might actually see the VR as the option, but now we'll know in the back of our minds, well, it could be worse. They could always give us the booth. You know what I'm saying? Right. So now we know. I think that was smart on their part to be like, we're gonna let you know what the alternatives are. Mike, we've been here an hour, bro. We've been here 58
Let me ask you one more question.
Okay.
He said Keith just showed up in the YouTube chat. He said Spider-Man combat reminded him of Batman. For the people who play Batman, they all said the same thing.
Absolutely, it did.
Okay, so we know that they're working on the Xbox, and we do have word that they are working on the PS5.
Yeah.
If they come out in 2020, is it too soon?
No. The only reason I say no, well, here's the thing. I say no because just from a technical standpoint, it was 7 years when this current gen of consoles was released, right? It was 7 years from the prior year, or 6 to 7, right? So because of that, I don't think that is too soon. Now, do I think that we'll be shorting ourselves? Because I think that we'll just now be able to maximize what this current generation can do, and then they'll bring in some new some new consoles.
Because for somebody who owns the regular PS4, God of War seems to be squeezing the juice out of what they can pull off.
Seems like they just squeezing everything, man, because that game is greatness, man.
Yeah,
so
like somebody just
exactly they rang out them hands on. So
put both hands together, interlocking to get the rest of the juice out of the regular PS4.
Right. So I mean, I think that's where they are right now. I think the Pro and the Xbox One X are where everyone is focusing their development efforts. Therefore, they're going to be ready for the next gen when they come. And I think some games will span across gen. But I think that's unfair to the consumer still, like me, who bought into a PS4 late and only bought a base version, right? So, and I still have my original Xbox One, which is like the original Xbox One with Kinect.
Yeah. So I got the VCR over there, and I got an S.
Yeah. Right. so I have that, but I feel like I'm getting pushed to the side because I guarantee you Forza Horizon 4 will not be 60 frames on the original Xbox. So
I don't care that much about 30 versus 60 and anything else as long as it's smooth.
Right. But that's a feature for me that I would like. But so I mean, I think that's it. I mean, that was all the press conferences and everything. And I know this is a game heavy show, but I mean, E3 just happened, man, and we gaming nerds, man. I mean, that's just how I am. But Mike, we here an hour, bro. We at an hour. I would like to get in what we consuming, man, but it's time to go.
Yeah, it's time to go. So I mean, I've been pretty much consuming all of the normal stuff, like same stuff I was consuming last week. I tried to get some Frostpunk in, and it wasn't working for me. And I'm gonna be very game light this weekend because I got to drive to Baltimore.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's gonna be pretty game light for me. So yeah, don't expect too much from your boy, but I do have a plan of attack going forward, especially during the summer. So I'll let your boy. All right, before we go, are we taking a summer break at some point?
Do you need to? If you need to, we can. It's fine.
I don't think I need to. Do
you want to?
We'll figure that out.
We'll get it discussed. I've still been watching Smallville. I still love Lex. I'm at the point now. I'm in season 5. Wow. Yeah, man. So I love it. So where I'm at now, Lex is more of the Lex you know now. And man, that turn was brilliant, dog. So Michael Rosenbaum's a hell of a Lex, dog. Like he's a hell of a Lex. Greatness. I'm still playing Vampyr. Vampyr. Like if you would listen to me when I stream it and stuff, like I love that game. That game is pretty cool, man. It's quite fun. It's not like as polished and finally, but it is a lot of detail in what they did, and I like that game. So
Rosenbaum was in Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
No, I missed that. Yeah, somebody said that before, but I missed it.
He played a character named Martinex.
Oh, okay, word up. Well, man. So I guess shout outs to the folks who joined us live. So Anthony, Alex, and Keith joined us live, or at least they're the people who commented. So that's about it. Remember that you still got contest stuff going on Facebook, PTCAC?
Yes, I do. The last real week is up. I'm gonna extend it till Monday because I know I'm gonna be busy this weekend, and I don't really feel like checking it right now. And then I'm gonna put up some of the alternate takes and some of the rejects. Okay, and I'll do a giveaway of those. Shout out to the homie Gus, who from the old joint. We don't want to talk about the old joint that much, but he wrote from the old joint. And shout out to the homie Gus who won the last one.
Word up. All right, Gus. Got you in there for shout outs. So but everybody, hey man, that's it. Mike, thanks for joining me tonight, man. Everybody, thank y'all for stopping in. Appreciate it. Check back again with us next week. Mike will have Pooh Bear, so that's gonna be interesting. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be streaming too because she likes to stream. So y'all make sure you follow Mike on YouTube, which he is Scarfinger 36. Make sure you follow him.
That's probably gonna change soon. I'm probably gonna actually change the name of the YouTube page.
Okay.
And make an actual official name.
All right, cool.
I got
cool.
one in mind.
All right, cool. Y'all keep it locked here. We'll let you know what's going on. But everybody, thank you so much for listening and watching. Facetious episode 126. Look, man, y'all have a great one, and we'll be back in front of your ears and in your ears and in front of y'all balls next week. Peace out to the Warriors.
Peace out to the Warriors, yo.